last video that I created the seed that's sitting in front of us here, Frank Samuel's Maintenance Man. We went through it, we created it in draft form, and then we moved it on to the scoring level of saving a file, and it saved a score here, as you can see. And what that means is that members can go into this particular story and read it and score it. And then the scoring would actually be done over here. You can see I'm outlining a box here with my cursor, but the box isn't here. It'd actually be right under here, and the ad would be pushed down. And that'd be a scoring blank where you could actually score this story. But I can't score it. It's my story. Anyway, I have to do some work in order to make this story better. There's a lot of things that I didn't do yet that need to be finished, and they're primarily things that will help people who are interested in writing based on this story, helping them sort of in the means of, say, crib notes, to quickly get themselves up to speed on what the story is about. So we need to go do this. So I have the story written. It's here. May go through some edits still. I'm not sure what's going to happen to it yet, but since it's still in scoring, I can do whatever I want to do with it. So I'm going to go here into your stuff. This first one is your seeds. You can see there's one seed in here and everything else is blank because a little while ago I went through and got rid of all the test data that we had in here. Now we're down to just this one thing. So I'm going to click on this one thing here, this seed, and I'm going to go into edit mode for Frank Samuel's Maintenance Man, and we're going to do one thing. We're going to add some annotations to this story. And, I'm going to keep these videos as short as I can because, there's a lot to it, and, each little part can use a video of its own. Annotations are found by clicking or going into the place where you added your seed, like here. You've been here before. And you click on this button right over here. This is the annotation button. It's going to bring up a little pop-up where you'll notice that there's already one annotation written in here. This one's put in here automatically when you save your seed the first time. It'll take the title that you gave it, and it'll put in an annotation saying that this is the original seed, and it is called Frank Samuel's Maintenance Man. If I want to add more annotations, I add them in this box down here. And you'll want to keep them sort ordered, with the most important annotation being at the top. Or if it's a long piece that you're doing and you want to do a lot of annotations, you may want to do them in order chronologically. Might make more sense that way for you. I'm just going to add a couple here. So what I'm going to do is I've been throwing this all over the place. I got to remember that I'm doing a video here. If I shove this thing clear off to the side, I have to go over there with it. I'm going to move it over to the side so I can open up my seed and kind of read through it and see what actually has been handled, so when I do the annotation, I can actually write something that makes sense. So I'm going to say, the first thing I'm going to say here is Captain William Smithson is introduced. And that's good enough. Save that annotation. So I'm going to go and do another one and then say the next paragraph or something. I don't know, is this... Okay. Later on, Frank Samuels is introduced. I'm going to say that. Frank Samuels is introduced. I'm going to change the sort order to 3. I'm going to do another one that says the mission to enter the forbidden zone. this most recent cargo is discussed. And you could probably do one more if you wanted to. And that would be the final one that just kind of ends, that ends where you ended your piece. Say, airspace of the planet dash is entered. And that's pretty much where things ended for this particular seed. And that's going to be number 4. The reason you do that is when you get later on, when you're, whoops, yeah, see this moves to the, oops, I'm sorry, I messed up. I forget there's 5 places here. Airspace, okay, this one needs to be edited. It's probably a good thing I screwed that one up, because this one here, they're numbered the same, but this is the one that is supposed to be last. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit enter, the little enter button here, or I'm sorry, the edit button, and what it's going to do is it's going to push it down here, and I'm just going to change the sort order number to 5. That way I'll get it right. Save your annotation, and there we go. Now they're all in order properly. So, the point of why we do this is because later on when somebody's writing maybe a segment based off another segment, that might be based off another segment, it could be way downstream from this actual seed, it's going to be really nice for people to be able to go through these annotations from the seed, or from the segment all the way back to the seed, and kind of figure out what the story is, so they can maybe make it a little easier for themselves to enter the story with a little knowledge. Anyway, this is all I really wanted to say. Annotations. Neat thing, huh?